I didn't think
Yeah,
I'd be
man.
starting my morning with that information, but let's get it.
Let's go. Any man that starts the interview with pretty dope is my kind of dude. Let's go.
All
My,
right. Hey, Jeskid, I don't know if they told you, but every podcast we start off with, I got to give flowers to whoever's brave enough to come on my podcast. I love you guys, and somebody of your caliber, we do this thing called the over the top intro. This is our way of giving flowers to you guys, mainly because you want to chop it up with us, you want to jump on the podcast, you want to do your thing. So if you give me 2 minutes at the start of the podcast to butter your bread, can I do that for you?
for me,
Yeah, you.
I like butter and bread. Let's go. I've been
Let's
waiting for this
go.
all morning. I got flowers coming. Get out of here.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, here we go. My next guest is an Webby Award winning writer, director, producer with nearly a billion, with a B, a billion views for his directing and producing work. You may know him from his work on Draw by My Pain, Shades of Grey, and this is personal, serving as the My Damn Channel's director of content. And what we are here to talk about today, bitch, I'm early. I want to say it. I want to say it so hard like that. But one more time. I'm sorry. I'm getting off script. Bitch, I'm early. Making his way through the film festivals right now. Jessica Cowell, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, sir. I don't know if I can match this energy. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Let's go.
I'm a New York City kid from the '80s, bro. We don't fuck around. Just forget
Hey,
the language.
I got no problem with New York, but I'm Detroit to my heart. But when it comes down to it, man, I watched it. Okay, first of all, Sam, by itself, no one else, have a bit of a grievance with you.
Please do.
Why was this so short? I wanted to know the backstory. I wanted to know the lineage. I wanted to know the upbringing. You gave me this. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. All right, look, I have to say this so I don't get demonetized, but BIE dot dot dot. Bitch, I'm early. Is a short that you created.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious. Where did this idea come from?
I'm just sitting here, man. I fuck with everything. Now I'm gonna get you demonetized. You kind of started it. It's your
Let's
fault.
go. All right,
Okay.
we're here now. We're here
Okay.
now. So let's go.
I'm just like, a lot of shit I find stupid. Like, and things annoy me. And for me, that's comedy gold. All day, every day. I grew up in New York where all we did was make fun of each other. Like that was how we said hello. That's how we said I love you. So when we would go to other places, I had to learn to turn some of that down because they didn't take it as I love you. They didn't understand the language. Right? When you're from a city, you get it. So this was just natural to me. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking about some petty shit. Maybe I heard some other office thing, or I'm thinking about having to go work with some disingenuous people who don't like me, who bring out the worst in me, who make me defensive and become part of their toxic culture. I'm like, I don't really want to do that. And I'm sitting here, and for some reason, I said, well, what if somebody was so petty that they just got to work before everybody else? That ain't me, by the way. And what if somebody else came in thinking they were going to beat them there, and the first one would be like, bitch, I'm early, right? So from that, it just spirals. I'm like, okay, who could be in it? What's this and that? And then within like 20 minutes, I have a structure in my mind. It's like, and this happens, and this happens, and boom, and then it ended, and I'm sending 91 emails to myself, in ID in the shower, talking to my friend about it, and then he'll say something, or it just kind of keeps going. And then I'm like, well, what's the format of it? And I said, I got to make it short, man, because we're in a world where people just won't watch. And TikTok, I did that in 2022. I got like 10 million views being an idiot on that. But I really learned timing of the new structure. Like I would spend a full day doing a 30-second video. I did it for like 60 videos, man, $100 on 10 million views. It's crazy. But my point is, concise is the way to go if you want people to pay attention to you. Because I've made 2 features, and at this point, nobody would watch that. Made a pilot. Who's going to watch a 30-minute film for somebody they don't know online? But you make 6 minutes, and you make it from frame one, it's feeding you, and you know who's the problem, and it never lets you go. That's it, man. Leave them wanting more. And there is more. I want to make more. I want to make features and TV shows. I got the million ideas and pitches. Let's go. But as far as like introducing myself, and I've done this for a long time, so I've realized this, you come in with this card and be like, boom, this is who I am. You want more? Let's have a conversation. Let's make something bigger. Let's go. But for now, there's another film coming, so that's what I do is just make them fun and concise. Well, thank you for the compliment, by the way.
Yeah, and no, thank you, because in a weird way, like I said it in the intro, where I talk about my damn channel and I talk about some of the stuff you've done. That was my introduction to you.
Hmm.
And that kind of influenced the way I am with my podcast, because sometimes you only get these little bitty tiny moments.
Yep.
Now, you're not going to get that every time. That's just how it works. But at the same time, if I could give you great content like I do myself, but I give you these moments, that's what make it so worthwhile. So I always want that. I didn't think I'd be talking about this, but here we are. Like, you kind of put a little battery in my back.
Good. That's what I like to hear because your energy right from the beginning of this is infectious. So that's what I look for in other people when I cast people. Who has that who has that energy? Who has that thing where they could just say something, turn it on, and people will pay attention. And you go for that and you put it on the line. So I really respect you immediately because I can feel the love of what you're doing. I can feel the desire for more people to enjoy it. I think it's great, dude.
I love that. I try to find a line between Paul Heyman and TD Jakes. But since we're here, like, I gotta talk about this film, and I'm gonna do my best without spoiling this whole thing, because I get it. I grew up, and if you want to keep it funky, you want to keep it 1,000%. My regular day job is in corporate America, and I see your characters on a daily basis. I am one of your characters on a daily basis. I see this thing. I live this thing. So I know the little microaggressions.
Mm-hmm.
I get the little nuances and all that other good stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, we're not curing cancer. We're not solving the world's
Nope.
problems. We're not doing anything. We're just trying to make a life for ourselves. But it's just that little inch. It's that little bitty whatever where you want, the thumbs up, the pat on the back, and all that other good stuff. So I'm very curious, what was it about casting these leads who come from different backgrounds? Well, let me rephrase that. They're very similar, but have very different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they have very different motivations. But at the heart of it all, they're like the same dude.
Yep. Yep. 1,000,000%. You
So
got it.
what was it about that? The cast of those, it was the little things that made us turn on the other person. I'm saying it, I'm trying to word my question without spoiling the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you respect that.
No, whatever you want. I mean, I've seen the film a few times, so I'm familiar.
Me
So,
too.
okay, my man. So they always designed to be both sides of a coin, and what I love, but from different points of view, right? So that's why they're both Latina ladies, right? So they even culturally they're from the same side of the coin. They should be friends, and that's the point of the film is that it puts you in a scenario where the person who probably would be your buddy, right, is your arch nemesis over stupid little. I mean, they say paper cuts you get in office and then death by 1,000 paper cuts. There's a reason those two sayings are so similar. It's because it just brings the worst out in you. So I cast them because I felt that they had similar energies, but I also love the fact that they can bring different perspectives. Like one is a little bit older Gen X versus the millennials, because that's like this classist thing that we go against each other. One is much more educated than the other. The other one believes in just, work yourself to death. But in the end, without spoiling it, the system don't care. They don't care about any of that. They don't care about you wanted this, you wanted that. It's designed to pit people against each other. And that's the overall statement of the film. There's a serious subtext of this is you're different than me. Obviously, we look different, right? We got different backgrounds. We start off in Detroit, New York, right? But we could go out, have a beer, have a good time, be friends. But this, in certain parts of society, right, it tells people, no, you're opposed. Because we're in that scenario, in the office scenario, it's money. Right? You're both fighting for the same job. You're fighting for your boss to pay attention to you. Middle management doesn't really do anything. And then there's the glue person who puts it all together, everybody, and everybody fucking ignores them. Then they get fired and everything falls apart. I mean, it's a mess. So my job is to make an overall statement about how we're treated, but make it really fucking funny and show that, we're all the same. We should all just be together in this thing. This is stupid. And even politically, you see it happening with like your whole country's pitted against itself, right? This is stupid. That's somebody trying to do that. And so I think that's an opportunity to use absurdist comedy to point out something very serious, but in a funny way, because it is absurd. The whole thing is absurd. And that just gives me fuel for the fire, baby. Let's go.
Well, Jesse, I want to say this. I got one more question because I'm looking at my time. I know I'm up against it, but I'm gonna say one of the things that stuck out to me in this film: the music, the violinist. She directs this movie more than arguably you because she elevates tension, she elevates drama. You see how this thing goes, and it's based on her. So what was it like to get that mood or the I guess the musical aspect of this to make you feel a type of way? Now, you may feel some type of way because of your own convictions based on the two individuals, but the violinist really turns it up and turns it down depending on how, this movie goes.
No, absolutely. And it's Elizabeth Sung. She's just terrifically talented and amazing. She is not playing the music in the film, just to be clear. We have to mimic that because it's a track. So I had the tracks first, and the idea of it, and her vibes are crazy, and she's a wonderful in the film. But just full credit, just I'm going to pull back to myself, and I hate doing that. But it's designed, right? So I have that little switch that I want more intensity. I use it as an exclamation point, a comma, a period, whenever I want. Like it's designed to tell the tale of morality, and she's the heartbeat of the film. You absolutely nailed it, because it begins and ends with her. She quiets the city so the story can start. She's the narrator. The character itself is the narrator, but she's me in that way. Like I put myself in that. I have no musical talent. She's amazing. I take nothing from her, but that's all intentional to get you to feel that way. And she's the watcher. She's God. We called her Lady Fate for a while because she's fate, but she's not. She's also a test of morality. And so she's just like, I don't know if you ever seen Run Lola Run, but there's this.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the film. Amazing. And it's not based on that, but there is inspiration from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Snatch, all these films, Office Space, that are in my lexicon, in my brain, and then me, right? And there's a character in it that is like an old blind lady, right? And she's in multiple scenes, and she gives him the card. And that's the kind of thing I love, is like these characters that are sort of beyond the film. And that's what this is a character that's bigger than the film. So I'm glad you picked up on it, because I feel this exact same way about the character and her ability to just perform, especially in the Grand Central Station shot, was just astounding. And I was so glad to work with her and to put my own little twist on what that could be if I had any musical talent whatsoever.
Man, I got to put it like this. I wish I had more time. I really do, because,
Thank you, sir.
we only get these blocks. But when you kicked out that reference of Run Lola Run, that's going to start that. Okay, real talk. That was one of my favorite movies, mainly because that jumps into The Professional.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
if you are watching this video, listening to my voice, if you've never seen The Professional, please watch that, because that starts a rabbit hole of movies where you're going to be a better person from the end of it.
Mm.
But I guess the A1 day one question that I love to ask any filmmaker: what do you want the audience to take from this? Granted, it's a short, but what do you want them to take from this as they go through their daily lives and probably working in these offices and doing the things you are a slight way making fun of?
Mm-hmm. That easy. Don't lock horns with people over stupid shit. It ain't worth it. Just go about your day. Be better to them. Be kind in the face of pettiness, even if it's on them. It's just not worth it. Not worth your time. Be happy. Support each other. Bring each other up.
That is, well, Jesse, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you,
my
Sam.
podcast.
I
I know
appreciate
we
you,
didn't
bro.
have a lot of time, but whatever you got, next project, whatever, the door is open. You want to come
Thank you.
chop it up with us, we could
Love
do
to.
it. This is one of those times where New York and Detroit can meet up, and it's positive.
Let's go,
It's
baby.
awesome.
My arms are something spaghetti. I don't know where I'm going with this. Forget. Don't listen to me.
Don't do that, please.
I'm not.
You were doing good. You were doing so good.
I stopped. I stopped. It's like you're gonna start singing some New York song, and I'm like, please stop. So,
Yeah, here we
we're
are.
good. We good. Let's get back to Friends.
But Jesse,
All right. Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
I
Man, you're
appreciate it.
welcome to the podcast anytime you want.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
an awesome day, my friend.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you for the love, man. I appreciate you. Peace,
All
man.
right, then.
Thank you.
Peace.